Education gives the freedom, the opportunity to young people to be what they never thought they could be, something inspiring, something socially important, something extraordinary. Peter Marshall said that freedom is also the opportunity to do what is right. And there's a second, more important perhaps, level of freedom that university education provides, which is the opportunity to offer freedom to others. Basically to create a more just, a more equal world.
It is now my pleasure to announce the winner of the European Award for Excellence in Teaching in the Social Sciences and Humanities. This year's recipient is Professor Maria Kaika, Director of the Center for Urban Studies and Chair of Urban, Regional, Environment and Environmental Planning at the University of Amsterdam.
This award promotes two of what I consider to be the most important principles of teaching: research-driven teaching and socially relevant teaching. If I do not have the time and space to do my research, then my teaching is going to suffer from it because I don't get the inspiration from my research. If I do not have enough engagement in teaching, my research is going to suffer because my teaching is a way of engaging with a broader cohort and discussing my research. And if my research and teaching are not socially relevant, nothing makes sense. Keeping this triad, however, for academia in this present moment is very challenging because of the cutting in funding in higher education. The inequality of staff student ratios is going up across Europe, so there's a lot of challenges to be had, and I think this award is brilliant in promoting exactly what matters, I think, today, and what is being chipped away today and challenged today in academia in Europe. Equal opportunities to access university is not just an abstract political idea, it's a very pragmatic demand. And the fact that today, as a society as a whole, we cannot harness the full intellectual potential of young people who cannot get access to higher education is a real impediment for our social, economic and environmental progress as a society as a whole. Statistically, for every award-winning teacher, researcher, artist, there is at least one more brilliant person who was born in the less economic developed countries or who arrives as a refugee in Europe and who will never reach that level of excellence because they do not have access to education. So giving people free access to universal free access to education is a social call and a political demand that we should all strive for. So suggestion number one is offer universal free access to public education at university level. Unfortunately, many high school teachers themselves discourage people from different ethnic backgrounds to apply for universities to strive for excellence. So a lot of work needs to be done also at that secondary education level. The third suggestion is what we can do as academics once students from disadvantaged backgrounds enter university. There always are students, people who fall out of the radar. And I think at this moment in Europe, the group that is most disenfranchised and most disadvantaged is young refugees arriving in Europe. The odds are that half of them will never get access to education again because they fall outside national demands for obligatory education. So focusing at the European level and at the global level, of course, to that most disenfranchised group youth is very important as a recommended policy.